This is the solar system, home to some of the most beautiful things in the Milky Way. And this is me getting ready to build it all in survival Minecraft. But in order to do that, I'm gonna need a plan. First, I'm gonna need a design. Then I'm gonna be needing resources. Then we're gonna need to find the exact location for the builds. Then of course, we're gonna need to build it. But first, let's start with the design. We're gonna be needing to build Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And yes, even though Pluto isn't a planet anymore, we're still going to build it. So let's start with a design. If you saw the last video, you might have seen this amazing design we got from Chris the Cow on the sun. And if we continue watching his video, we can see that he built the rest of the solar system too, which is available on his Patreon. So let's just get this Patreon again. And yes, I lost the original account that I subscribed on. Don't bully me. Alrighty, we now have the world with all of the different planets. So I'll be right back when I can take a schematic of all of them. Now that that's done, we have the design, and now we can move on to the materials that we're going to need. And because we took a schematic, we can figure out what those are. Okay, that is way too many items to keep track of. So I spent an additional 2 hours to make a Google Sheet so that I could collect all of the items for all of the planets all at once. And while yes, it did pay off, let me tell you, this list is long, totaling up to over 800,000 blocks. Well, we have a lot of different blocks to collect. Let's start small, and let's start with the terracotta. We're going to need 12 different types of terracotta, which is going to add up to over 68,000 blocks. However, where could we find that much terracotta? Ooh, this mesa biome should do. Okay, let's start mining because we're going to need 41 shulkers of this stuff. Yeah, okay, we're going to be needing a beacon. This is going to take way too long. Let's take a quick look at the map first, just in case someone left a beacon behind. Wait, what is that? Well, that's a quarry that I had no idea we had. Ooh, actually, I wonder if there's any materials left here. Yup. Definitely a waste of time. There's plenty of terracotta here. Let's just fill our inventory with all of this terracotta. And I will be back for a few of these other resources soon. That checks off quite a few other materials from the list. The only problem I'm running into is we need a bunch of different colors of this normal terracotta. So let's just quickly fly over to the farm district and let's start AFKing at this flower farm. But when I say I'm gonna AFK, I really mean I'm gonna set Flower here to AFK for me. Alright, see you in a few days, Flower. While I'm here at the farming area, there's a few more things I should get. I'm gonna need spruce, jungle, birch, oak, and oh no, I need acacia? I need acacia wood. However, we don't really have an acacia wood farm. And we can't just throw it into the normal wood farm because acacia wood is unique. You see, other woods like oak, birch, jungle, and spruce, they all grow straight up. However, when it comes to the acacia trees, they grow on an angle like this. So what we're gonna need to do is create a farm that not only breaks the leaves so the saplings can be replaced, but then we also need pistons to push the trunk all together so that it can be pushed into a TNT chamber to then, of course, be exploded and collected. The only issue is I can't really create redstone.
3 hours later.
Found a tree farm on the internet. Thanks to KelpMC for making this farm because I really can't do redstone. Alrighty, let's start building this thing. It doesn't need very many materials, so I'm just gonna grab everything I need from the storage system and we can get to work. What on earth am I doing? I don't need any of this stuff. Alright, now that we have all of the actual materials, we can get to work. Alrighty, the wood farm is done, and I did get a chance to AFK it for a while, so this should be all of the wood we need for the build. There's another thing checked off the list. We need to take all of the wood that we currently have and turn it into stripped wood. Yikes, I really don't want to sit here and strip over 85,000 blocks of wood. I wonder if we could use the converters to somehow place and strip them at the same time. That way they can just be blown up by the TNT and I don't have to mine them all. Alright, let's try this out. Yeah, okay, well, I can't click fast enough for that. So let's get some, how do I say this? Mandatory workers. We'll get a placer right here. We'll get a stripper right here. Wait, no, you two don't demonetize. Wood stripper will be the bot's name. Haha. Hey, it looks like this thing is actually working. Well, I'll leave that for the few hours now, and in the meantime, I'm gonna be needing to deal with this. This is a super efficient nether wood farm. However, it's not really working. Because, you know, why would it be?
1 hour later.
Alright, sweet. After about an hour, I got this side fixed. Oh no, there's 2 sides of this. Ugh. You know what? Nah, not gonna happen. I only need this kind of wood anyway, so I'm just gonna run this side. Alrighty, tree man. I'll be right back when you're done. Another really annoying material that I'm gonna need is dripstone. However, if I do recall correctly, Blue and Tage really needed a lot of dripstone for his clay converter. So, yep, there is already a farm for this. I'll just set this guy right here, and I'll be back in a few days because dripstone is actually really slow. And yes, I could build a bigger farm, but in the long run, it's really not worth it because I have other materials I need to get anyway. The last thing I need to do is turn on the sheep farm, and we'll set another bot here, and we are all set to get the other materials. Yeah, we still have a lot of different things to check off this list. But instead of me making you watch me get thousands of blocks, that's probably going to be taking me over 50 hours. I'm going to shorten all of those 50 hours into 14 seconds. Okay, it's been about 2 weeks of real life time, and that did not take me 50 hours, it took me 70 hours. However, we got a bunch of materials here that are not organized whatsoever in the storage system, and I do not think the other players on the server are very happy about it based on the DMs I got this morning from Bluentage. Yeah, I gotta get this into the end. Oh, right, I never said anything about this. Just like the sun, I'm gonna be building the rest of the planets around the center end base, which should hopefully create a beautiful solar system around the center of the end. All right, let's just build up the sun to make a platform on the other corner of the end. All right, now that that's all done, we now have a platform to bring all the materials to. Well, this is gonna take a while.
One eternity later.
Alrighty, we have almost all of the materials now. Well, almost. The only thing that I couldn't figure out how to farm was the copper. And yes, we do have a copper farm, which it was a pain in my butt to make work. However, we now have a bunch of copper, but that's not the problem. The problem is there isn't an easy way to age copper. However, I did find this farm made by Cubic Meter. After getting a world download, it looks like all I have to do to age the copper is by standing here and placing normal copper blocks, and then pistons push the copper blocks into aging chambers, and then once the copper is aged, more pistons push the copper into a TNT blasting chamber to then be collected into shulker boxes. And let me tell you, this farm is not going to be easy to build, but let's build it anyway because I have no idea what else we could do about this. All right, let's get it done. That doesn't look right. That should definitely not be happening. Neither should that. Why are they going up? What? On this side too? No, stop going up. Stop the farm, stop the farm. What do I do? Already, after 13 hours, 4 days, a big headache, and a lot of troubleshooting, we now have a working machine here. That was a lot of work. Anyway, I now have the 35,000 blocks of copper that I'm going to need for the solar system. We have the oxidized, weathered, exposed, and normal copper. And with these last final shulkers into the materials area, I now have everything to build all of the planets in the solar system. But before I start building, I just wanted to say these projects take me weeks, if not months of time, and I'm dedicating hours every day to make sure these projects get done in a timely manner. So please, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to the channel, and don't forget about the Discord channel where I talk to you guys and post sneak peeks. Not to mention you'll be notified when any new videos post or whenever I stream. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind taking a second to like and subscribe to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, enough sell. Let's get to the building process of this video. All right, so because I want these plants to go around the base, I did this by building a perfect circle around the base. Once that was done, I placed each of the schematics in the center of that middle line. This should guarantee the space between the planets and the center island should all be equal. All right, now that I have everything set up, it's now time to start building the planets. We'll start with the mini planets first. Okay, well I just built 3 of them in the wrong spot, so let's move those over real quick. Okay, hear me out. Yes, these planets are very, very small, but according to the scale of everything else, this is the correct scale for the Earth compared to the gas giants. And speaking of gas giants, it looks like Jupiter is up next. So let's get to building. Phew, that was a big planet, but that only took me 3 days to complete on stream. Which, by the way, if you want to join a stream or look at any of the old streams, YouTube has a convenient live tab that shows all of my past streams. So feel free to check that out. And if you want to join the streams, make sure to join my Discord down below in the description, and you can get a heads up for when I'm going to be streaming next. So yes, Jupiter was a massive planet. However, this doesn't compare to the huge size of Saturn and its rings. We're in for a long ride on this one. But let's not waste any more time because I'm already behind on this project. However, before I start building Saturn, I want to tell you about today's sponsor. I've been getting a lot of questions about how to build these massive structures, and if there's a place for you guys to do the same. And up until now, I haven't had a really good answer for that, but that changes today. If you join the Elmhope server today, you can build, create, fight, team up, and so much more. And this server is available both on Java and Bedrock. So if that interests you whatsoever, the server IP is play.elmhope.net. And you can see that on screen, and it'll be down in the video description. Anyway, let's get back to building Saturn. Oh boy, that was a crazy amount of building, but it was 100% worth it because of how beautiful this planet looks. However, with that being said, we still have 2 more planets to go. Alrighty, what planet's up next in line?
Alright, there's Uranus right there. You see it? You see it?
That was my anus.
Yes, anyway, we are building Uranus next, so let's get to it. Wow, honestly, that one was a lot easier and faster, and it looks great. I feel like I'm on a roll now, so let's keep it going and let's move on to technically the last planet, Neptune. Alrighty, that is all the planets according to the scientific world, and honestly, it looks spectacular. However, I'm a big Pluto lover, and even though it's technically not a planet in the solar system anymore, I'm gonna build it anyway. Anyway, that is all of the planets. And oh wow, I have made a mess of temporary blocks around here. I'll be right back when I fix that all up. Alrighty, now that everything is cleaned up, ladies and gentlemen, this is the solar system in survival Minecraft. Like and subscribe to keep up to date what crazy things I do next. See you in the next one!